we now have Giriratna ji. Giriratna ji is a Grihastha sadhak who practices under the guidance of his able masters, the famous Siddhas of world, Avadhuta Bhagwan Ramji and Shri Swamiji Maharaj of Datya. He's also written books in the field of Tantra, and those which are published are Yoga Manjusha, Sabra Mantra Kosha, Shri Kali Tantra and Shri Rudra Chandi and Shri Uddishta Tantra. He has given various discourses and lectures, presented papers and has given talks. Today he will speak on Shakta core of Shaivacharya, Mahamahesvara, Abhinavagupta. Giriratna ji, thank you so very much for taking out time today. I know you've been traveling since morning, but your enthusiasm is really, really overwhelming and heartening. So without further ado, I request you to please come forth and take the stage. Giriratna ji.
जानामि धर्मं न च मे प्रवृत्तिर् जानाम्य धर्मं न च मे निवृत्तिः त्वया स्वामिन हृदय स्थितेन यथा नियुक्तो अस्मि तथा करोमि अंतराय तिमिरौघ शान्तये श्रेष्ठ शक्ति करुणारुणा प्रभं संतनोतु मुनिवृंद सेवितं भावगम्यम अनिशं शिवं महः करुणापूरि चित्तां सच्चिद्रूपां परां दिव्यां ब्रह्म सहचरीं तुर्यां पगलां शक्तिं प्रणोमि सौभाग्याम् यत् कारुण्यं वीक्ष भावभरितं सानंद गीतं सतां तच्चिंता निपुणैः शुद्धमतयो ये साधकाः सज्जनाः तेषां लब्ध कृपा लवेन जननी बोधोदयो मे अभवत् तद्वृत्तं विन्वेति साम्प्रतमहं तोषं परं प्राप्तवान्. Today, on the auspicious occasion of Bhagavati Shri Dhumavati Jayanti, who is also known as Jyeshtha, it is the same day on which my Shri Gurudev has left his mortal coil. So today is Punya Tithi also. So it is very auspicious day for me in person. And again, it has been made further auspicious by organizing this talk on the eve of Acharya Abhinavagupta Jayanti. So all these symptoms come together and throw a light on the fact that the time in the future is waiting for in this entire world, so that this message, the learnings of Acharya Abhinavagupta may prevail in this world. Today, the topic which I have chosen to speak upon is Shakta core of Mahamahesvara Acharya Abhinavagupta ji. In general, people consider that this is Shaiva darshan, so there is no existence of Shakti sadhana in this system. So the fact is that Acharya Abhinavagupta is as Shaivacharya as he is Shaktacharya. Rather, he is called as Mahamahesvara Acharya. So there is a scripture written by Shri Swamiji Maharaj, my Gurudev Shri Swamiji Maharaj, in which he explains that gives the definition of Mahamahesvara. Excuse me.
Please go ahead.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you. So the scripture which he has written is Shri Bhagavati Rasa. It's a Kaul scripture, which is written by him, and I would say that this is one of best tantric scriptures ever written in last century. And in this, on page number 137, he explains Sudha Sindhor Madhye Madhye Sudhadhi Manimandap Ratnavedi Tyadi Vir Ubhayor Abhedah Asyam Avasthayam Shiv Shakti or Abhedam Anubhavati Yogi Idamev Samrasyakyam Mahamaheshwarai Katyade. It means that the state of Mahamaheshwar, is a state where there is no difference between Shiv and Shakti. So the yogi, when realizes in Visarga Bhumi that there is no difference between Shiv and Shakti and they are one, then he becomes Mahamaheshwar. So this is what Mahamaheshwar stands for. So that is what he has explained, and he has explained all this in Kundalini Shat Chakra Nirupana named section of a chapter, specific chapter of the scripture. So the fact is that nowadays there is consistent attack on Sanatan Dharma, and if you would look at Sanatan Dharma is like a peacock, which is eternally dancing in eternal rain, where the rain is Amrit, which is trickling from the Brahmarandra consistently. And now the attempts are to separate every single feather of this peacock, which is known as Hindu Dharma. So they try to segregate. They try to segregate Shaiva, Shakta, Gadap, Saur, Vaishnav. So these are feathers. This is beauty of Sanatan Dharma. If someone is rich and has 4 or 5 cars or 4 or 5 houses, so he is rich, or a person who has only 1 car and 1 house, he is rich. And the thing is that this is continuous tradition. Even if you would look at the life of Acharya Abhinavagupta, you would see that he has written commentary of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. He has criticized Pancharatra in fourth Anika of Tantraloka, but when it comes to Bhagwan Shri Krishna, he is devoted to him. He criticizes Vedachar, but for Bhagwan Veda Vyas, he is very much devoted. He criticizes Vyakaran, but he calls Maharishi Patanjali as Bhagwan Shesh Vibhu. Even Yoga Darshan also. He says that Sattark is the best component of Yoga, and Shadang Yoga of Trik Darshan is good and not Ashtang Yoga. He does comparison. But when it comes to Patanjali, he says that he calls him Bhagwan Shesh Vibhu to Maharishi Patanjali. So, if you would look at the life of Mahamahesvara Acharya Abhinavagupta, he praises Ganeshji. While starting Tantraloka, after doing Vimal Kalashraya and then doing worship of Para, Apara and Apara Shakti, he worships Ganesh and Batuk. And then he worships Sun also. If you would read the fourth Ahanika of Tantraloka, you would find that while explaining the Kala Sankarshani, these 12 Kalis with 12 rays of Chit Surya, who is worshipped in Samba Panchashika. So if you would look at Acharya Abhinavagupta, he is complete Acharya. He is, I can say that he is Jagat Guru in real terms. Because he says that, okay, this path is correct. But he does not say all those paths are wrong. And he has equal respect for all the forms of Devata. He is equally Ganpati, he is equally Shaiv, he is equally Vaishnava, he is equally Shakta. And even Saur also. Even in present era also, Swami Lakshmanji tradition, if you would see the Samba Panchashika, these are phenomenal scriptures. These are practiced. And for Pran and Apan Pranachar, for controlling Pranachar, so Pranachar is very important for Mantra Yoga and Kaladva Shodhan. For that purpose, Samba Panchashika is very good scripture. So all these things, if you put together in a line, you find that there is, it's Sanatana Hindu Dharma is like a plate in which a lot of dishes have been presented. And the fact is that instead of the representation of those who hate this system, is that they want to show that every single thing is not are different, and they are forcefully put together to make it Hindu Dharma. So it's not like that. So specifically nowadays, few people say that Shakta sadhaks are different from Trik Darshan. So whatever I'm going to say for that, I would request, these are my personal understandings. And I have a request to everyone that this trick system shall be revisited with open mind. And then people would see that there was a time, trick system, even today also, trick means kul kaul, that also is trick. I would take up all these points today. So trick means kul kaul, all these things are together. You cannot say that, okay, means it's like set and subset in mathematics is there. There is a concept of set and subset. So that kind of thing is here. So you cannot say that, okay, it is entirely different and this is something else. So all these systems come together, and this system prevailed throughout India. There was time. Even today also, the sadhana paddhatis are common. I would like to give you an example. In 1940s, Shri Swamiji Maharaj of Datiya wrote commentary on Sanskrit, Shiv Sutra, Pandakarika, all those. And then Pratyabhigya, Hridayam, Shat, Trishta, Tattva Sundar, he translated various books in 1940s. When there was no discussion because the puja paddhati of Tantra sadhana is based on this. See, Tantra Marg has two things. Siddhant means principle, and then sadhana means worship, ritual. So Siddhant means principle is same. Same principle is there. So same principle is followed. For example, if suppose Abhishek Diksha has to be done, so Shadadva Shodhan has to be done. And in Shri Vidyarana Tantram, which was written by Shri Vidyaranayati, Shambhavopaya, Shaktopaya, Anubhopaya, all these things are mentioned there. So the basic principle is same. Maybe there might be some difference here and there in terms of sadhana paddhati, that is different. So today the main objective of this discussion is that we shall look into the fact that this Shakta tradition is not something alien, and this belongs to the Shaiv tradition only. So first of all, because this what we call as Kashmir Shaivism, the name given by Acharya Abhinavagupta, Tantraloka and elsewhere in Malini Vijayottar also, it is mentioned as Paramadvayat Mat. Because when this Advait is attained, Parameshwaratva is, that means the person who attains this Advait, who earns this Advait, becomes Parameshwar. Parameshwar is Parameshwar Shiva. Shiva means 36 Tattva. He reaches to the level 36 Tattva. So Paramadvaita Mat or Paradvaita, this is the name. So in Paratrimshika, there is a shlok which talks about the which talks about who is eligible on this path. So it is said that etanna yogini jato na rudro labte sputam hridayam deva devasya sadhyo yoga vimuktadam. So Paratrimshika is a phenomenal scripture of Shakta Sampradaya. I would say that there are two scriptures, Shri Durga Saptashati, and then another one is Paratrimshika. So Paratrimshika clearly mentions that the one who is not born of Yogini. So Yogini, if mother is Yogini, father shall be Siddha. So Siddha and Yogini means Kaula Kriya. One who is not born through Kaula Kriya cannot earn this knowledge. It is clearly mentioned. Acharya Abhinavagupta also says this thing. He does not divert the topics in general, because you would see that people usually divert and make out some grammatical explanation, and then they would present in that way. Okay, actually, Devi wanted to say, Bhagwan Bhairav wanted to say this thing. So this is, but he has written in this manner. So he writes same thing. Etanna yogini jato na rudro na lapta jata sputam. And in Paratrimshika, he explains so many things about Shaivacharya, which is not the subject of discussion here. So this is the first step, that who can, even in Tantraloka 333rd shloka first Ani, Abhinavagupta clearly mentions about who can read Tantraloka. So he clearly says that one who has ayat Shaktipat, means one who has imported Shaktipat by the grace of his Guru, is eligible for Tantraloka. And those who have anaya Shaktipat, first of all, they would not read it. And if someone forces them to read them, so the person who forces would also be cursed, and the person who reads would also be cursed. So this way he explains, and there are various other explanations also Jairat has given, but the fact is, who can read? So one who has Shaktipat. In terms of Paratrimshika, so in Paratrimshika Anubandha Chatushtaya, Acharya Abhinavagupta clearly mentions that who has Shaktipat of Tivra series only can go through Paratrimshika. Anubandha Chatushtaya, he has mentioned this thing, that who has earned the Shaktipat of Tivra series, means Tivra, so person who has earned Tivra would not exist. So Tivra Madhya, Tivra Mandha. These two Shaktipat, if someone has earned, that person only can go through this Paratrimshika scripture. So this is what Acharya has said. So, and Shaktipat is what? Shaktipat is Shakti. Grace of Shakti is Shaktipat. Grace of Shakti is Shaktipat. Same thing is mentioned in Vijnana Bhairav also. Shakti avastha pravishta se nirvihagena bhavana tadaso Shivrupisya sevi mukham yuchate. Means Shiv cannot be earned without Shiva. Shiva is gateway of Shiv. So this is mentioned there. And if you would look at the history of Kashmir, you would find that, just now I said that today is Mahawati Jayanti, Jyeshtha Jayanti. So Kashmir has Jyeshtha Devi Mandir. In Bhrangish Samhita, there is Mahatmya of Jyeshtha Devi given there. Kshir Bhavani, who is Kshir Bhavani? Shri Mata, Shri Maharagi, Shrimat Simhasaneshwari. In the Lita Sahasranam it comes. So Shri Maharagi, Shri Maharaginya, she is called. So Shri Maharagi, who is Shri Maharagi? She used to stay in Lanka. But when Ravan abducted Sita ji, then Bhagavati Shri Sita, so she became angry and came to Kashmir. Shri Maharagi. Sarvagya Sharda Peeth. Sarvagya Sharda, every means supreme Shakti Peeth. And then Sharika Chakreshwari. Sharika Chakreshwari is known as what? She is Sharika Chakreshwari is known as, but she is Shri Tripur Sundari only. Shri is Tripur Sundari. That Sharika, that Hari Parvat, that mountain, that Parvat, that Shikhar is considered is Shri Yantra only. Sharika Chakreshwari. And Adharani Dr. Chamanlal Rana ji has written Durga Saptati, and he has explained so many things there in Sharika Chakreshwari Mantra, etc. So it is very important scripture. Apart from it, if you would see that Kaula Darshan, so Kaula Darshan, if you would read Professor K.C. Pandey has explained this in detail in his work, which is I must say that Abhinavagupta and Historical and Philosophical Study is a book which he wrote, which made Abhinavagupta available for common people like us. Otherwise, he was something who was known amongst great siddhas only. And in common people, he was known for Natya Shastra and Dhanyalok Lochan only. But by the help of this scripture, means I would say that this was grace of Acharya Abhinavagupta only, that he was able to write this scripture, and we are able to know that who is Acharya Abhinavagupta. Means a basic platform has been set up by him in this scripture, and where he says he has given citations also, and he mentions that the Kaula Darshan started from Ardhamatika, daughter of Triambak. So there were three three Manas sons, means mental progenies of Maharishi Durvasa. So Triambak, Amardak, and Srinath. So amongst them, Triambak was a preceptor of or guru of Deshik of this Paramadvaita Mat. So his daughter also initiated a Matika, that is known as Ardha Matika or half Matika. So this call system came from there. Apart from it, if you would look at Kashmiri this Paramadvaita Mat, you would find Spanda Karika. This is called as Spanda Darshan also. This is Spanda Darshan also. And Spanda is of two types, Raman and Vishesha Spanda. Vishesha Spanda is Shakta. That Matriklipte hi deva se tatra tatra vapushalam. So Abhinavagupta ji says that Matriklipte hi deva se tatra tatra vapushalam. So Par Pramata becomes reflects himself in his Swatantra Shakti. That Bimba Pratibimba Siddhant is there in third Anik, which is explained in details there. And it talks about Doppler effect also. If someone is interested in scientific analysis of his writings, Doppler effect in terms of sound and light. All those things have been mentioned there, that sound as goes far away, it becomes low, and when it comes near, it becomes high, its pitch becomes high. So many other things have been given in terms of reflection. Also, he has given various such understandings. Phenomenal in terms of optics. So the various things, and he has given various examples. So there he explains this thing. So Vishesha Spand and then Samanya Spand is Shiva himself. And few years ago, GT ripple was discovered and Nobel Prize was given. So, but no one here is claiming that, because in India, if you would claim that it would become a sin, I think. GT ripple, what you call as GT ripple, is nothing but Vishesha Spand only. That is Vishesha Spand. It says that entire world is filled up with GT ripples. You can find the papers of it on this Google. You would find various papers on this GT ripple. Even when it was given, Mark Zuckerberg, who is Twitter owner, he appreciated also on the Twitter. So apart from it, if you would look at Samvit Shakti, Chiti Shakti, all these, even Anuttar. So Anuttar we would take up later on. Then Kaul Darshan. Kaul Darshan is very important system, and Kaul Darshan prevailed in Kashmir. Acharya Abhinavagupta gives name of 14 preceptors of 14 teachers of Kaul Darshan. 10 names are given in 28th Anik. 4 names are given in 29th Anik. He says that the 10 names given in 20th Anik shall be worshipped, and those 4 names which are given in 29th Anik shall be remembered. This way he has explained. I have not given citation of look because I'm not giving all that, and not written because we are running out of time, so I would not go into all that. And he gives his guru names also, the Sumatinath, Somdev, and then Shambhunath ji, and then specifically Matsyendranath. So when Acharya Abhinavagupta starts writing Tantraloka, he worships, first of all, he worships his mother Vimal Kalash Vaibhana Srishti Mahajanani. Then he worships Ganesh Bhatuk, and then Parashakti, Aparashakti, and then Paraparashakti. Then Ganesh Bhatuk, then he starts worshipping all his gurus, from whom he has acquired the knowledge of Tantra. So in that series, he worships Machchandi Vibhu Prasannaha, Matsyendranath ji also, Machchandi Vibhu, and in entire Tantraloka, wherever you would see that Jarath would call him Sakal Kul Shastravattarak Matsyendra. With due respect, Sakal Kul Shastravattarak means one who made incarnation, who incarnated all the Kul Shastras in this world. Such Matsyendranath. With this respect, he is mentioned throughout the scripture. Sakal Kul Shastravattarak. And if you would see that the history of this system, what I can say, Kul Darshan, scriptural history is quite old. He has told about various Kaul, I could say that families. Okay, so there is Kaul system. There are various families. Even in Sankhya and Tantra, there are 3 Kaul systems which are described, which are as per time zone of India. So in ancient times, India was divided into 3 times. So Kashmir Kram, Gaud Kram, and Kerala Kram. So a few days ago, I got through an article of a scholar who wrote that in Nepal, Indian gods are not worshipped. So it is not true. In Nepal, Shakti sadhana prevails. So the fact is, geographical system of India shall be understood for that. In Nepal, Mithila, or Utkal Desh, Bangladesh, and then Kamrup Desh, all these fall in Gaud Kram. So they have their Shakti sadhana prevails. And in Nepal also, Janakpuri, etc., Vaishnav, I am not going into all that. So entire India was divided into three time zones, and as per these three time zones, there were three Kaul systems. That is of Sankhya and Tantra. And in Kaul, in Maselnath, various Kaul families, means various Kaul cults of Kaul system. Even in Manthan Bhairav, you would find that Balakram is there, Yuva Kram is there, Vriddha Kram is there, and Khechari Kram is there. And all these four have their different lifestyle. These yogis have different lifestyle. They mean their belongings, their dress up, their way of life. Amongst them, Khechari Kram is considered as supreme, and Kubjika Sadhana is Kubjika Sadhana. So if you look at Shakti Sadhana has primarily three systems, divided three streams. The first one is
गिरिरत्न जी, आप ना अपने थोड़े दाएं साइड में ही रहिए, क्योंकि माइक्रोफोन से यदि आप थोड़ा सा भी हटते हैं तो आपके स्वर जो है थोड़े धीमे हो जाते हैं. So maybe you might want. No problem.
Okay, no issues. So Shakta tradition, if you would see, it is broadly divided into three streams. So the first stream is of Durga Saptashati. I would like to tell you that Durga Saptashati is a trick scripture. I have written a commentary also on Durga Saptashati based on trick system, which is published in the Shri Prakashika. If you would, very simple, you can articulate this very easily. Pratham Charitra, Madhyam Charitra, and Uttam Charitra. So Pratham Charitra means first person. Second person in Uttam Charitra, first person, second person, third person, like that. So Uttam Charitra, Acharya Abhinavagupta says Uttam Purush is Shiv. In Paratrimshika, Acharya Abhinavagupta says that Uttam Purush is Shiv. He says Madhyam Purush is representation of Shakti, and Pratham Purush is a representation of Nar or empirical soul. Like I'm Jad, so I am Pratham Purush. Apart from it, if you would deep dive, you would see that people say Saptashati, it does not have 700 sloks. So it is true, 700 sloks are not there, but 700 mantras are there. So in Paratrimshika only, he explains the meaning of Devi Uvach and Bhairav Uvach. He says that when Devi Uvach is said, when it is said Devi Uvach, so it is Aham Pratyavamarsh. So A is Anuttar, Ha is Shakti, and Ma is Nar. So it is the state of creation where doubts come into being. And when Bhairav replies, that is Maha, means from Nar, Shakti to Shiv. So this is the state where all the doubts are clarified, and it is the state of Sanghar. So this Prashna and Prativachan, he says the Prashna and Prativachan means question and its answer. These question and answer in itself are mantratmak. He has explained this in detail in this Paratrimshika. If you read it, so same concept is applied here also. Whenever Surat or Samadhi asks a question, so when question is raised, there is doubt. Rajo, Vach, and like that. And when Rishi replies or even Devi replies, then that there is clarification of doubt. And so that's why these are mantratmak. So Parat, and apart from Jnani Namapi Chetansi Devi Bhagavati Sa Balad Akrishya Mohai Mahamaya Prechati. If you look at this shlok, this specific shlok of first chapter, so Chaitanya Madma Jnanam Bandha, that only is explained here. Or I would say that if you would look at the Western point of view on Shri Durga Saptashati, you would find that they say that it is 6th, 7th century scripture. So it is older than Shiv Sutra, because Shiv Sutra is kept somewhere between 7th to 8th century, means which I have, and this is older than that. Even Gaudapad, the guru of Adi Shankaracharya, talks about Vedamayi Saptashati. Somewhere he talks like this in his writings. So that all has to be explored. So Saptashati is a trick scripture only. This is trick scripture. This is strictly, and if you would read Saptashati and parallelly Paratrimshika, you would find so many similarities. The only thing is, like in Vedic scripture, all the things are given in terms of Gyan, and Puran, that Gyan has been spilled around in the form of stories, like Panchtantra. In Panchtantra, entire Niti Shastra has been divided into 5 parts, 5 tantra, 5 systems, all the polity, and those are explained in terms of story. So that way Saptashati is here, and then you will have to explore and deep dive. There are various examples which I can give, but we are running out of time, so I would not go into that detail. And then second stream of Shakta Sadhana is Dash Mahavidya, which is very prevalent nowadays. So Dash Mahavidya, Kali Kram and Shri Kram. So Tripura Sundari sits on the heart of Sadashiv. So Sadashiv Tattva Mahapret. Pret means one who is in transition. So Bhoot, Pret, Bhut, Pret, and Betal, all these are different. They are not like Daitya, Danav, and Asur. Daitya, Danav, and Rakshas are different. Sons of Danu from Kashyap are Danav. Sons of Diti from Kashyap are Daitya. Sons of Khasha from Kashyap are Rakshas. And if you read Vayu Puran, you would find that these all belong to Brahman Kul. So those who say that these are Mool Nivasis and Brahmans are outsiders, they came to India, Aryas are outsiders, they were. So in Vayu Puran, it is clearly mentioned that they are all Brahman, and even for few Rakshasas, it is mentioned that they were Ahitagni Brahman. Ahitagni means they used to perform Agnishtoma. Agnihotra daily. So this way it is mentioned. So the topic was Mahapret. So she sits on Mahapret and Kali stands on Sadashiv. So both are same representation. Sadashiv, above Sadashiv, Shakti Tattva. That is representation here. And then Shakti Tattva is above then there is Shiva Tattva, and above Shiva Tattva there is the Anuttar. So we would see an Uttar also, how an Uttar is associated with this Shakti sadhana. Acharya Abhinavagupta has explained this beautifully in 2 or 3 shloks only. This is beauty of Acharya. Acharya is Acharya means one who has applied everything in his Acharana. One who practices anything, not only knows, not merely knowing is not enough. One who practices those things is Acharya. So, and he is Mahamahesvara Acharya. Mahamahesvara Acharya means at the level of Visarbhumi, he has realized what he has realized, that he, Shiv, Shakti are one. He, Shiv, Shakti, and Pratyabhigya Siddhi. That's why he is Mahamahesvara and Acharya, because he has realized all those things and applied in his life. So that's why. So, and then third is Kubjika. So Mahamahesvara Acharya Abhinavagupta ji talks about Khand Chakra Vichara in Kubjika. So Khand, what is Khand Chakra Vichara? So you might have seen Guru Paduka Yantra. That's a triangle on which on the arms of triangles matrikas are written. Then in Kubjika system there is specific difference because of tradition. There is specific traditional difference in that Khand Chakra Vichara. Otherwise, Khand Chakra is this Guru Paduka Yantra. I have a yantra, but it's lying somewhere. After talk, I think I can show you that yantra also. That is Khand Chakra. So Kubjika Matantra Khand Chakra, he cites that in Paratri Mishra commentary. So it is clear that Kubjika Mat Tantra existed in the time of Abhinavagupta, and it was important scripture. That's why he has mentioned. It's not that it was an ordinary scripture. It was an important tantric text. That's why he explains. He mentions this in Paratri Mishra. Ordinary scriptures would not be mentioned by Siddhacharyas. And apart from it, then there is Kram Darshan, which is exclusive darshan of Kashmir. Maheshwaranand of Mahartha Manjari calls it Anuttaramna because he says that this belongs to Uttar Peeth and there is nothing beyond Kashmir. So even in Tantra Sadhana also it is mentioned that apart from Keral Kram and Gaud Kram. So in Gaud Kram I have told the region, except Kashmir and Gaud Kram, entire India follows Keral Kram. Means here in Uttar Pradesh, I am sitting at Raebareli right now. In Uttar Pradesh, at Raebareli right now, I am sitting, but I follow Keral Kram. I follow the Kram of Dravida Shishu Shankaracharya. Shankaracharya calls this a Dravida Shishu. So in terms of sadhana, there is no fight. The fight is only because there is a Gyan which prevails right now. A Gyan is prevailing, Gyanam Bandha. Chaitanya Atma. Atma is not Chaitanya. Hindus Atma are not Chaitanya. That is the problem. Gyan is prevailing, that is impelling the bandhan, foundations on us. We are dividing India north, south, and this and that. In North India and Raebareli, even in Himachal Pradesh, if you would go Rajasthan, you go Gujarat, you go Madhya Pradesh, wherever you go, Keral Kram is followed. It is Shastra Mata. And then it is said that rest of the world would follow Kashmir Kram. Rest of the places would follow Kashmir Kram. Whatever is not mentioned in this system, they would follow Kashmir Kram. And if someone wants to read this in detail, they can go through Shakti Sangam Tantra, and that scripture it is mentioned in detail, and then other scriptures also this kind of division has been explained. And obviously this is not their own thought, because Shakti Sangam Tantra is Sangraha Granth. It has taken various things from other here and there, and then the scripture has been made, and it's a final, like I would say it's a final, it's a very important compendium for all those who want to understand Kaul system. It's very important. Means you would find everything in it. all the Kaul Sampradaya, all kind of Diksha Kram, means Anuttaramnaya Diksha Kram, Purvamnaya, Paschimamnaya, Uttaramnaya, Shodashi, Kali, everything, whatever you think would be, all kind of achar is there. Even in these three krams, whatever differences are there, that also is mentioned there, that how Kashmir Kram Sadhak would do dhyan, how Kerala Kram Sadhak would do dhyan, and how God Kram Sadhak would do dhyan. And all these things have been explained in very beautiful manner in that scripture. The scripture, I do not say Arsha Granth, means Arsha Granth is a Apurusha, it's not Apurusha, but then also this compendium is very important for all those who want to practice Kaul system. Then Kram system. Kram system is exclusive. Yes, we were discussing Kram only. So Maheshwara Anandaji says that it is Anuttaramnaya. First Guru is Bhagwan Shiva, and then his Shishya is Ichha Shakti. That is all Maheshwaranand explains. And then if you would look at the history of Kashmir, I do not believe in a fact that, okay, in this particular time, this system evolved. Okay, it's like Sanatan Dharma, if you would look at the practices and principles are same, new names have evolved. That is correct. New names have evolved. That is correct. Even in Atharva Ved, you would see Kundalini aspects. Upanishads Kundalini aspect is there. In Brahma Sutra is, honestly, everyone would accept that Brahma Sutra is quite old. It's at least 2000 or 2300 years old. Okay, in Brahma Sutra, in Phaladhyay, Chaturth Pad, it is mentioned Rashmi Anusari, means body, Atma would get moksha only when it would follow the rays. And how rays it would follow? So it would follow rays when Madhyamar was Sushumna. Madhyamar, it is mentioned as Madhyamar would blow up like a fluorescent light, and from there, by following rays, Atma would go to Brahmalok. It is mentioned in Brahma Sutra. And then Acharya Shankar cites Chandogya to explain this thing. And there is one more very beautiful thing I would like to explain, and I keep on telling this thing. In Brahma Sutra, Maharshi Audolomi is mentioned. Maharshi Audolomi says that, okay, when the sadhak becomes siddha, a moksha avastha, then Chiti Shakti invokes in him. To this, Badrayana says that we do not have any problem with this ideology. He refutes all other systems. Even he refutes moksha of Gita also. If you would read Phaladhyay, means I am saying this with responsibility. All those who want to can read Brahma Sutra. I have read, that's why I am saying. So he refutes moksha of Gita also. He says that those who are following Gita would attain the moksha of Sankhya Darshan. But for Audolomi, who talks about this Chiti Shakti, he says that we do not have any objection with this. And even Adi Shankaracharya also says that he does not have any objection. Rest, all the Acharya, Karsh, Kritas, everyone is, all the, I would say, Paramoksha Niras. Paramoksha Niras means cancellation of mokshas of other is done there, but Audolomi's moksha is not cancelled. And I tried to search out name of Audolomi. I found his name in Mahakal Samhita. Audolomi's name is found in Mahakal Samhita later on. He is the Rishi of Samnyas. There are some 50 in Guhikali Sadhana. So Panchak Nyas. So there are 5 sets of 5 Nyas.
Are you approaching your conclusion now?
Okay, I will conclude in a minute. Sir, I will conclude in a while.
Yeah.
So there are 64 Bhairavagam. So this shows that this is all about means. And then there are very sharp scriptures also of Kashmir. If you look at 64 Bhairavagam, Paramtrimshika, Spandakarika, all these. Now, if you would look at all these aspects have influenced Mahamahesvara Acharya Abhinavagupta ji. It is not that he all of a sudden came up with these thoughts which I have mentioned here, and he just became. I have shown this history to tell that, okay, he followed a continuous lineage. Someone wrote commentary on Paratrimshika, Vartik. There are other Siddhacharyas who have written various Spandakarika, various other scriptures are there written in that time period. Even today also, till date also, Rudrayaman, which is amongst Bhairavagam, 64 Bhairavagams, is followed throughout India for Shakti Sadhana. So it is not that he did some change in the system. He continued the same system. He followed the same system. And when he says, when he talks about him, he declares that he is Yogini. Whatever I mentioned about Etanna Yogini Jato na Rudra Lagte Jate Sputam. So, first of all, he establishes his authority that I am authority. Like Bhagwan Shri Krishna told to Arjun, Ananyas Chintya Sakshi Janat Paribhate, or Sarva Dharman Parityaj Mamekam Sharanam Vraja Aham Tvam Sarva Papepe Mokshayishyami Mashucha. That's how he establishes his authority. He says, Vimal Kalashraya Avino Srishti Mahajanani. Vimal Kala is name of his mother. That is one thing. Vimal Kala means Kala which is without any impurities. So means Shanta Kala or Shanta Tita Kala. So at the level of Shanta Tita Kala, what is Abhinav Srishti? Means Satatodit. It is ever new. That state is ever new. There is, because the continuation of time stops there. That is at the state of Unmana. So then what happens? Abhinav Srishti Mahajanani. She, who was born? Maha. Maha is the state of Bhairav. As I mentioned earlier, Abhinav Srishti Mahajanani. So by the time of his birth only, by birth he is Jivan Mukta. That's what he says. Vimal Kalashraya Abhinav Srishti Mahajanani. This is my explanation. People may not accept it, but this also is there. Even Jarat also says that there are hundreds of explanations of this slok. And if I would explain all that, who would like to incite the Vetal? That's how he explains this thing. And then he explains so many things. Even one would be a Shaktacharya only when he would have an immense love for his mother. Abhinavagupta also had this thing. Even like there is a song in Hindi, Tere Bina Zindagi Mein Koi Shikwa To Nahi. That way he writes in Tantraloka. He says, Tasyam Atmajo Abhinavagupta iti prasiddha Shri Chandrachud Charanabja Paragputa Mata Vyayuja Damum Kil Balya Eva Devam Hi Bhavi Parikarmani Sanskaroti Mata Param Bandhuriti Pravada Seho Atigado Kurte Hi Pashan Tan Mula Bandhe Galite Kilase Manne Sthirta Jivat Eva Mukti. He says that mother is dearest Bandhu, dearest one, and she binds in bondages. So it is very good that she is not with me, and because of this I am Jivat Eva Mukti, I am Jivan Mukta. Here there is flesh. He wants to show his mother, okay, it's okay, you left me, I am Jivan Mukta, I am not. But his heart cries for her. His heart cries for her. He loves his mother immensely. And that is visible in all his writings. Tantraloka, it's considered as Ashesh Agamopanishad, but Tantraloka, even in Tantraloka, the definition of Tantraloka, whatever he has given, Tantraloka definition is, he says that iti jnana chatushkam yat mukti mahodayam tanmaya tantrete tantralok namnetra shasane. So he says that this is commissioning of the fabric of four. Gyan means Shakto, Anupaya, Shambhopaya, Shaktopaya, Adavopaya, like that. And this Shasan has come into being. But this Tantraloka, if you would see, this is specifically Tantric Shakta scripture. Even from 6th Anik, you would see that Jarat has explained it very beautifully. That from this Anik onwards till the end, Sthan Prakalpan would be explained. The important thing is here is after 6th Anik onwards, except 15th or 12, 13, 15, and all the Aniks talk about this Sthan Prakalpan only. So Kaladhan, Deshadhva, Shodhan. In Trik Darshan, there are 4 terms only which are most important. That is Deshadhva, Kaladhva, Shodhan, and then Khechri Sami, which is Moksha, and what is that? That is Anuttar. That's it. And then there are Shambhovapaya, Shaktopaya. These are solutions to attain all this. And this Deshadhva, Kaladhva, Shodhan fall in this Adavopaya and Shaktopaya, basically in Adavopaya only. So he has explained all these things. It is very important here in Trik Darshan and specifically in Tantra Sadhana also. You shall be on the time at right place. If suppose you are doing puja at 5 o'clock, then it shall be at 5 o'clock only. And there is one more, I have personal experience because I am a sadhak, not a scholar. So if suppose you are doing right puja, every single patra sadhan step or patra sadhana avahan, everything would happen within specific time. And if suppose there is some error, your time limit would increase. Time limit would increase. So this is indication. So basic, first of all, you will have to be disciplined in your life in terms of time. Means punctuality of time is very important, and then to be at the right place. Be punctual at right place. 5 a.m. in the morning, puja room means 5 a.m. in the morning, puja room, not in bathroom or not outside with your friend. Puja room means puja room. And all acharyas have explained this in Vishuddhanand Paramahansa, Ramakrishna Paramahansa. Ramakrishna Paramahansa used to be in Bhava Samadhi every time. But for puja, he was led Sri Swamiji Maharaj. I have seen various Siddha Mahapurushas, Pracharya, I must say Pracharya, not Acharya. Abhinavagupta is Pracharya, not Acharya, he is principal. So all these. So this is why, and those who differentiate between Shiva and Shakti, what Acharya Abhinavagupta says about this, so only 2-3 minutes are left, then I would conclude. So he says, यद्यपि च पद वाक्य प्रमाण संस्कार विहीन सह व्रीडवाह गोष्ठी कृता भवति तथापि सो चेतसो अनुत्तरम अवबोधयितुम तद एकवारं तावत् लिख्यते. The first shloka of Paratrishika is Anuttaram Kathayate Sadhya Kaulik Siddhidam Yen Vidyatamatrena Khechari Samtam Vrajet. So this is the first shloka. Devi asked that, tell me about Anuttar. Merely by knowing which Khechari Sam is attained, which is moksha in Paramadvaita. So Mahamahesvara Acharya, so some people have explained that Anuttar means, he says, there is Anuttar, means Hridayastha iti shlokin Shakti Vishaya means Hriday, where Hriday's heart is mentioned, it is for Shakti, and Anuttaram is for Shiv, and beyond him. Like that, some false. There are a lot of commentaries on Parantrishika before Acharya Abhinavagupta, and lot of part Veda also there. He has given various part Veda also in this Paratrimshika. He has given various part Veda, which shows that Paratrimshika was prevailing before him, before his incarnation. So for such people, he says that who differentiate between Shiva and Shakti at this level are Padvakya Pramana Sanskar Vihin. They are Nirakshar Bhattacharya. They know nothing. Those who say that trick system is divided of Shakti and Shakta are different from trick, they are false people. That is what he says. He says that even talking with them is shameful. But to clarify, because he knows that people like us would be here in this world one day, who would do nothing, would only be Shishnodar Parayana, would only consume their life in eating and sleeping. So for people like us, he explains this thing also. This is beyond his level. He says, this is beyond my level. But to avabodhayitum, tat ekvaram tavat likhyate, to awaken the people, I write it once. So that's what he explains. And in 29th chapter or 29th Ahnik of Paratrimshika, he explains the meaning of Anuttar. He has explained Anuttar in various times. 16 definitions of Anuttar he has given in Paratrimshika only. But this is best definition which I feel. And what he says, Itham yamalam etat galit bhidasan katham yadeva syat kramatartam yoga sevi samvid visarga sanghatta tad dhruvadham anuttaram ubhayatmakam jagadudara rathanandam no shantam napuditam shantodis suti karanam param kaulam. He says that Anuttar is the state of param kaul. Anuttar the state of param kaul. Na shantam napuditam shantodis suti karanam param kaulam. So Bhagwan Shiv prevails in this world in two ways, in two forms, two states. Shant means between destruction and before creation. He is in Shant state. And from which is Vishwattirana Avastha. And from creation up to destruction, he stays in the state which is called as Vishwamaya Avastha. So that is Udit. And beyond, before, when there is no cycle of creation operation at all, nothing is there, then that state is of Anuttar, and that is Param Kaul. Anavachinna Pade Sutam Samvidam Atmasat Sada Kuryat Anavachinnam Paramarthato Hi Rupam Chito Devya. How to attain this state? He says that it is Anavachinna state, means there is no perforation. You cannot penetrate. So how to enter? He says, Paramarthato hi rupam chito deva chiti devi. This is at Paramarth level. This is chiti devi. So this is this state of Param Kaul. This Anuttar state is chiti devi. She only prevails at that level. In Briharan, in Upanishad also it is said that what Brahma feels. Okay, I feel that I am Brahma. What Brahma feels? Vamdeva. So Guru says that Brahma also feels that I am Brahma. So likewise, Parmeshwar also continuously knows that he is Parmeshwar. How? Because his Chiti Shakti. Chiti is consciousness which is beyond space and time. So at that level, when Shiva is at that level, he feels like that, because ours is Chitta. So when you ask me who I am, Giriratna, I live here. But Shiva would not say this thing, because this word is Shiva only, even at Anuttar level also. So how to reach to that Anuttar level? So the Chiti Shakti. By Chiti Devi, you can reach to that level. So this is how third Anik of Tantraloka, while explaining Matrika Chakra. These are actually entire Acharya Abhinavagupta says that entire has evolved from A, E, and U. These are hrasva, means single note vowels, and then from them dirgha swara have evolved A, E, and U, and from that shant, bhi, ri, rik, lil, rik have evolved, and from there A, I, O is Trishul. That trident of Trikdarshan is O, and then Ang and Ah, and after that, explaining all these, he says that one who wants to attain the Siddhi shall always know that there is no difference, absolutely no difference between Shiv and Shakti. So anyone who says that Shiv and Shakti are different, actually they do not know that this is the trick system, and they do not know about this trick system, and they need to revisit their thoughts, and they ideally they shall do the sadhana. And the last concluding point is that in this Paramadvaita Mat, there is nothing but Shakti or Chiti Shakti who prevails, because if she would not prevail, sadhak, there would be no Pratyabhigya at all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Giriratna ji. Thank you so very much. That was informative.